Yo, yo, yo. Peace, peace, peace. Hold up, bruh. You feeling me or what? Like, we keep it on time. We keep it in check. I'm just here uh, on live, in time, in space, on live, trying to do my thing. Uh, Before I get things going too far, must give much praise and thanks to all ancestors that have passed, especially to my personal ones. May their presence and powers come through, and to all those who are listening to this or who will listen to this, much praise to their ancestral lineage and the powers that be, and also acknowledgement to to they say traditional, but I say original custodians of this land. Oh wow, much power and grace. So I'll just do this. So we got like two people in the house already. So that's what I mean. So I gotta go check out the scene. I'll drop that thing for you. So if you guys want to come up, come up. This is what it is about. So hopefully I'll be able to keep things in check because at the moment I'm in some very high vibration manifestation, if what you'll call about lysergic type of acid, you will understand what I'm saying. So anyway, um, yeah. So think back. Maybe I got a bit excited and in focus. I got two watches, but they don't want to jump up. But that's cool. If we ain't jumping up, we'll just take some time. We'll give people some time to rough in. Um, I'll just check out this. We might get into some share screening later, but this is just live in effect. Episode 1 of Hold Up, Bruh. Hold up, bruh. Hold the fuck up, bruh. You know what I mean? So, this is where we're at. So, if you're just jumping in, if you're jumping in late, there's a link for you. But come and vibrate. This is a complete impromptu session, and I do hope things are coming through clear in the direction that I maintained. I better just check it before I'm insane. Maybe I am because it's not entertained and it's coming through, but I'm not for partaken view. Hold up. Oh, we got grandma Abka, much power, much peace. I hope this audio is coming through. I can't even monitor myself. I'm in a really weird zone. Yeah, it must be working. If it is working, press 1. Well, it mustn't be working. I can hear myself there. Alright. Technical difficulties. If it is working, hit me a 1. If it's not working, press 2. But I'll be back in a second, I think. I'll have to fix it out because I can't hear it. Or maybe I'll just go. No, I'll just stay online. If you stick with me, it'll be alright, man. Be stick holding with me, it should be alright. I'll see if I can fix the problem. There's no problem, but anyway. Let's go into here. Yeah, so that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yo, yo, yo. Alright, so yeah, everything should be clear, but I just, for some similar reason, I also got to do check this one. I'll get back into my, please excuse me, I'll get back into the StreamYard within 30 seconds. Yeah, that should be fucking fine. And You have lost the viewers. Uncle Grandma in the house. Much respect, much respect. Are you there? I can't hear you.
Power to you. Can you hear me?
I've done something. I think I got a little bit premature with my thing, and I can't hear myself monitoring. I'm not sure if the
And I don't.
feel.
I'm
Yo,
not getting.
thanks, Bryce. Can you hit a one in the comment if this is coming through clear, or a two if it's bad? Because I can't even hear. Oh, Grandma's there. I think she's talking, but I can't hear her for some reason.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't
Oh,
know
here
if
we go. All right, I fixed it.
power
I'm
to you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You fixed it.
Yeah. All right. If I can hear you, powered back to you. All right. I'm sorry to the people if there was some. Yeah, yeah. If there's some technical difficulties that like went on there in the beginning of the programming. But yeah, happy to see you here. How's things going over where you are?
Oh, it's like again, like we're not. This community isn't really allowing it to affect us. Everybody just living. Like paying more attention and being more aware. But the hold up, bruh. When as soon as I saw that come through, I said, I gotta come through. I gotta come through on it because first off, yesterday, did you notice? Well, you're all the way in Australia, but the news had no coronavirus. All of the news was about football. Everything in the
Okay.
news was about football. So they preparing for football, like that's not on hold. And when I did the little video or the live that I did a few days ago, well, maybe last week, where I was showing where they did the same reset in 1975, some of the distractions were football or basketball. It was sports. Sports was like everything, all of
Yeah.
this major disasters and everything was going on, but these things were still, continuing as normal. So that was one of the hold up, man, for me. And then this I was reading the British um one of their editorials and through Wall Street Journal. Do you know they're actually now going to offer $5,000 for volunteers to go in healthy? And this is in Wall Street Journal and the one of the UK editorials. Like, hold up, for real? Y'all gonna start offering money? $5,000. Well, I don't know what that is in UK pounds and stuff. I don't know the how to transition the currency, but that's what they're offering now for people to be tested that are healthy to get sick so they can find a vaccine. But I thought they already found one.
Did I say that again, Grandma?
The UK, this information is in Wall Street Journal and UK editorial, um, that they are offering $5,000 for healthy people to go in. And I think they have a limit. I'm going to review it again. But I was reading it just as I saw your hold up
Yeah.
come through. And to be healthy, to go in to get sick with the coronavirus. That's what they're doing. They're offering money now to say so-called find a cure.
I think so. It seems to be a quite like a mass confusion, eh? It's like you got trying to. I mean, I've tried to avoid it myself for so
Mm-hmm.
long, just by not watching the media or anything like this. But hey, and I was going to the shopping center and realizing some things were going out of shortage, and hearing some international countries are going berserk. But it's actually affecting the city around. Some schools are getting shut down. It's getting a bit
Mm-hmm.
closer, but it's getting a bit yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, but as you're saying, trying to let it hit your mental and stuff, but and distractions, the distractions
Yeah,
that be.
much distractions. But again, this community that I'm in, it's like it's like a day to day. It's almost like more like, okay, let's just show love to each other. Let's hey, how are you? You know, like that. Not frantic panicking, even as it's trickling down to the state of Georgia, and more than it was. This area, everybody is has a positive mind, you know. So, you know, again, it's mind over matter, power of the mind. That's what their intent is, to keep us, our minds watered down, brainwashed, and everything else that they can do to keep us not paying attention to how the money is being moved through the government, you know,
Yeah,
and and the reset. And this has happened over and over and over and over again. It's the
mhm.
same thing. As long as they could keep us distracted, they could go ahead and get their plans. And they're not planning this that's happening right now is something that they planned from 20 years ago, 25
Yeah,
years ago. As a matter of fact, as recent as 1975, they had plans on everything, the electric cars and everything else that's affecting us now. So this what reset is not for us. It's for the generations 20 to 30 to 40 years from now, you
yes,
know?
they've already got plans for that. That's exactly right.
Right.
Well,
That's what they're doing now.
if
I'm sorry.
everything goes according to their hopes, then yeah. But you know, and that's what we're living in, I guess. And I totally agree with what you're saying. And you've seen it, and you know, being an elder, and then this is nothing. Is it's just in a different form. Like you know,
Mhm.
do a distraction, and then they can have a new wave come in as you like,
Mhm.
or so you know, I think. But it's yeah, like and also to the fact that you're saying people just come in, say hello, and want to talk and be what, but they're not sincere. I guess
Mhm.
they wouldn't like. That's how I did moved from my city anyway, from where I
Mhm.
was. Oh, here we
Mm.
go.
Well, I
Hold
just
up,
wanted
I got a new
to, to,
guest.
to come up and show you love. Oh, sir, drop. I just wanted to come up and actually, you know, build on that
Oh,
with you. And I'm about to drop off in a minute, and I
all
got some
right.
things to handle. But
All right,
power to
no,
you
no
and your
dropping
sun
off,
ray by
bruh,
vibrations. Power to you, sir. Drop.
bruh, ain't no dropping off, bruh, ain't no
Ain't
dropping
no
off.
dropping off, bruh. Hold up, bruh. Hold up, bruh. I'll beat your ass.
What's going on? Yeah, yeah, up top, I get my ass beat. It's gonna be action. I'm gonna tell you that.
Peace to all the queens. If she got to go and do some things, always that's powerful. But stay for as long as you want. You good.
Hey, but we was on a back chat, me, Tom Ray, and Mind's Eye, and we was kind of talking about we ain't talk about this exactly, but we was about to expound on how that coronavirus could just be the body the body reactions to all these things they putting into the ether. Like, you know, the
Mm-hmm.
main title would be 5G, but it's a lot of things more than 5G that's going into this air that's affecting the body. So they're using the coronavirus as a cover up so they can get their driverless cars going and they can get
Mm-hmm.
they AI technology working. Now once they get these robots working, and fuck the cars, they got robots they trying to have work on this 5G. It's not the driverless cars, right? It's where people gotta wake up. Once they had a robot doing everything that humans do, you're no longer needed. So who give a
Right.
fuck if you die or not? They
Right.
want it to be like 2 million people on the face of the planet, everybody else dead, and robots maintain the planet while they live in luxury. That's been the plan. That's the whole plan.
And
But go ahead.
You see the transition just through Walmart. Remember now, Walmart has more the lines, where you don't need a cashier. They had more. How many years they've been into that transition? Soon as they began that transition, I was like, oh, they're trying to get rid of all the cashiers. We don't. What they may need one or two people to run the store to make sure, and then maybe people from delivery. But if they get the robot chats and stuff, they ain't gonna need people for that either.
Before this
Just in the
pandemic, right?
groceries.
Like you said, before this pandemic, when you would go in a grocery store, right, it'd be like 3 cashiers but 7 self checkout lines. They really telling them cashiers, we don't even need y'all. Everybody going to the self checkout. Furthermore than that, now me and my girl, we was watching some TV show, but they was running a fake Walmart, and they had a robot floor waxer where the robot just went around and waxed the whole floor all day. That's taking your job away. They don't even need a janitor, bro.
That's right. That thing was like, as you were saying, these self-checkout things were like 5 years ago, and they were just trying to get your mind used to it, totally. And then, I mean, as
Howdy, y'all. I'm gonna drop off though. I got some things to do. Thank you for having me. I'm gonna drop off, and I'm gonna be listening in.
Do that. Much pressure.
All right.
I mean, much appreciation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Easy. Be peace. Always.
Peace.
Yeah, so it wasn't meant to interrupt him there, but then I was just like saying for I kind of forgot which way we were going with the thought. I was tripping up my mind. I was doing something else, but shit, I did. I had a total smoke freeze. But that's all cool. I'm sorry, Grandma. I didn't mean to do that too. What was I saying? It'll come back to me slowly if I just take some time and give some thanks to the ancestors.
Hell yeah, because the motherfuckers that died before us saw what's about to happen again. History repeats itself. So if you're not respecting what your ancestors talking about, you can't even see the future because history repeats itself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's what Grandma was saying. Like these things, the new wave is coming. In like they do the distraction and somewhat, and then they bring in there's that new wave of the new way of living or whatever it is, whatever they're trying to bring in. It could be the what's that? How you were saying, no more humans required, like robots and shit, robot employment, artificial intelligence. That could be the next plan. But yeah, man, that's what we were saying. Grandma was just saying. That's why I was called you back. It was tripping. We both, but it's exploring minds way, both ways. I'd hate to see it go that way, the robotic way.
No, it's in effect. They just can't produce it to the public without a pandemic. Like in the military, they got like mosquitoes, right? And they got like 300 mosquitoes, right? But they robots, but they're like mosquitoes, right? In the military, they have sent a swarm of mosquitoes into a certain platoon to get information, right? The mosquitoes send the information back to their computer, give them visual, sound, and everything before they intrude. They don't care if you see the mosquitoes and know that they robots, long as don't nobody get killed while they get their intel. You see what I'm saying? And it takes 5G to run this shit. You can't run it on a normal shit. So they want to turn the radiation up. Yeah, they want to turn the radiation up in the ether so they can move these objects. But it's gonna kill us off, bro. So they trying to put it on a coronavirus type thing or a SARS type thing or any type of plague when it's really a 5G plague. Because really 5G is the bare minimum, bro. They want to turn this shit up to 20G, bro. Period.
Yeah, that probably yeah. That in the laboratories they've already got that. What's that? Prototyped and tested for sure. You know, if we're living in 5G or something, they've definitely gone twice
Now
this
he
and
go the nail in the
20 twice.
coffin. He put a nail in the coffin, son, Ray. What 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 continent got the lowest rate of coronavirus? It's Africa, right? Africa got the least internet, the least technology. You know what I'm saying? So now that we know Italy got the highest 5G, I mean second highest. China got the first highest, and that's where the highest strain is at. Then we know, okay, all right, it got something to do with these towers, bro. Because Africa don't even got it, because they don't even got one 5G tower. And where they infested at is where the China is trying to buy them land. Mind you, 50 continents in Africa, and they trying to buy two of them. And them two continents is where China is posted up at with their military, everything. They
Yeah,
don't got lines to the water. They only buying the shit that's by the water. They're not in the heart of Africa. They trying to
that's
buy
that
shit.
too, right? That's the one part that where all the resource at. Right? It's like sorry, like where the resource at is the place that we're talking about. It's in the motherland. It's in Africa. Like they're going to, and you say like that this is they're not infected, whereas at least infected and stuff. But if it is through this technology and whatnot, like where are these militaries getting their resources from? All these minerals that these devices need to run, they're coming out of like mines in Africa, which are or some third world country where some child is getting a very minuscule wage, and these people are exploiting it. You know.
Here go the best medicine of everything, right? If you got like a cold, right, or your sinuses is clogged up, right, you eat a jalapeno, a hot ass jalapeno, it's gonna blow your sinuses out, bro. Everything else, you gonna shit, your nose gonna run, everything
Yeah,
gonna happen,
chili.
right?
Yeah.
But that's only for the winter. Now the summertime, you want to get in that hot ass shower, right? And then when it's hot outside, you want your pores open and you want to go outside and lay on a rug or a fucking a tarp or a fucking blanket or something. Just lay on the ground with your pores open while you soaking wet. The sun gonna go right in your body. The photosynthesis.
Yeah.
It's gonna generate your cells to be able to fight anything up. Your cells live off sunlight. That's why they want you in the house. That's why they built all these dumbass caves, all these houses and all that. Back in the day, them motherfuckers, man, they had a tent for the rain, bro. If it wasn't raining, they wasn't covered from the sun, bro. Them motherfuckers lived in the sun. But if it rains, let's take shelter. We taking shelter for no apparent reason, bro. And it's fucking our bodies up, bro.
Say that again. I couldn't.
I said we taking shelter for no apparent reason. We taking shelter from the sun. Living in
Yeah, I
these
can hear.
houses.
This is just the background. No, yeah, fact though. Wait, and then where they got the like you were saying the tents and shit. Like if it was raining and shit. That's why I missed you when you said something about that. Just felt I kind of dropped out.
Oh yeah, my bad for the whole noise. But I'm saying they took cover when the weather was wrong. But if it was beautiful, they wasn't in the house. They wasn't under the tent. The
Right.
tent is
They
for
were absorbing the fucking brilliance of nature.
barefooted, toes grabbing the sand.
Yeah,
I
man.
got the I got the hiccups. This funny as fuck. Every time I try to drop a gem, I do a hiccup.
See, that's real. See, that's real talk. That's real talk coming through. And what we're saying is the total realness, man, to the people listening. Like, you know, like feeling nature as it is, as it was. Not in this like not even in the way you're hearing this. You're hearing this through a device, a mobile device, which has got radiation coming through it, through another antenna, which is another antenna. We're talking about being natural and going out and putting your toes into the grass, and feeling putting your hands through the ocean and the sand and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then stretching out between that beautifulness, going outside and in the dawn on the top of a mountain and breathing that air in. That's something.
And look, we got that science from the ants, right? Mind you, they built the first pyramid. Never mind that part. But when we deal with ants, we dealing with antennas, right? But now I'm about to show you the feminine aspect of this shit. Your aunt is who? That's a female, right? Your aunt is a female, right? And then,
Right.
right, and then you got damn, don't stop talking to me now. Then you got the ancestors, right? You got the sister, the aunt and the sister is two females, right? So you got the ancestors um telling you about the pyramids, and you got the ants showing you how they built it. And that shit deep as fuck. I hope people caught it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, and that was a double drum dime, double gem, triple gem live coming through that shit. Your the ant, you people like we're talking getting back to nature, and we see the ants. You're talking about ants that you see, but we're talking about your like I don't know where you come from. You come from English or you come from US. And you might say aunt, or you might say that your auntie. If it's your auntie, you know what I mean. Like so, then you had your ancestors. So the aunties and your aunt and the sisters, they were the ones showing you the way to make this thing work, man. And this whole the whole civilization running this beauty because you know how they are in the system of nature. Ants are fucking running this shit. Really, that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
That's a
And
beautiful analogy.
what's crazy is our whole concept is developed off ants, right? Now, if you look, we farming, right? You have an ant farm, but listen, if I step on an ant and put a can on the carcass of the ant, you will see all the other ants, right? Come grab that dead ant, bro. That ant not gonna stay on your floor. They gonna come grab it and they gonna
Yep.
bury it, bro. They gonna bury the ant. So that's where we get the burial bit. All this shit is from the ant. So
Have you
then the
also seen like the that's a deep that's some deepness like into that that's some civilization culturalness, but I've also seen like some instinctful things in the way of that if you kill an ant like a house ant or something and they run into the sense of smell, like if they run into they smell the dead one. I suppose it's any animal. This is what an instinct is because of the same with us. If we ran past the smell of a dead person or dead human, we would get worried and we'd run the other way because we'd be like, "What the hell is going on?" So when you step on a house ant or something with your finger and you watch the other ones run to it, once they hear that scent, they go crazy and then they run the other way. So like the same, I guess. But then Drop was just breaking it down in a different way.
and listen, you got also army ants, right? It's ironic they call them army ants. What an army ant does is infiltrate a colony. They send like 5 ants, right? Infiltrate a colony like they down with them ants, and they go kill the queen. And when they kill the queen, all the other ants take over the village, and they queen reset where that queen was at. That's why they call
Yep.
army ants. This is what the government does. They blow shit up, they fuck shit up. We the new government. We govern you now. It's all the science off the ants. Everything. Like you ain't got your wings, you ain't a flying ant. Oh man, you ain't the elite. So now the flying ants, they don't have pyramids or none of that. What they do is lay their larvae as regular ants. They don't lay larvae as flying ants. You understand what I'm telling you? You had an ant and you had a fly that mutated. That's where you get the flying ant. So in the ant community, that's a god ant. In the human community, if you mix with the shit, then you a god, bro. You're not a dense. You're not a fucking sleep person. You
That's
really got
right.
it in your right. It all the bugs tell us everything. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. It ain't the animal. It's the bug. Cocoons, lotuses. Man, a locust can fly through your fucking neighborhood right now and eat everything alive except you. And you looking like all my fruit dead. I'm talking about in a matter of like 3 days, bro. A
Yeah,
swarm of
but
locusts.
see, once that locust has gone through all your fruit, what are you gonna do? You're gonna die in a matter of days too, my brother. In a matter of time. You could tell you're
But
saying that, you know.
what the lotuses or the locusts or whatever they pronounce it as is it takes a eggs 20 years to hatch. Now imagine if they eggs hatched every 8 weeks. Bro, they'd have been ate all this shit up. Now what the lotuses do is eat up all the GMO. See, you see how it works? Nature like, man, I'll fuck y'all up. Y'all keep fucking with the planet. Mother Nature
So
will fuck us up, bro. She'll be
yeah,
like, listen, bro,
well, this
ain't no
cycle
more.
has already been told and been foretold. Some say, this has been many incarnations, and we've been many through this, and we say we are living through our ancestors, bro. So check that out. Even, I mean, I'm blessed, like not blessed actually, like I didn't mean to say blessed, but I'm blessed to be alive and breathing and having this experience and all. But unfortunately, I would say I haven't had the chance to have children at this point in time yet. So I was just saying that in the estate or in the realm of lineage and motherhood, fatherhood, grandfatherhood, great grandfatherhood, ancestry, and stuff like that. Your niece, nephew, auntie, uncle, uh, child. You know what I mean? All sorts of ways. We all fall into peace somewhere. So and that's like a lot of people trying to find where they're at and feel love within that. But hey, and then you can see the harmony, and that's what was just what was saying, like how the insects, and it's not in the animal. I mean, because the insects are they are the microscopic of this like ecosystem, right? They're the minuscule part of it. Also, without them, we wouldn't be able to exist. So it's the the beauty that they pertain to and how they exist, you know, again amongst their culture and their civilization. But it's as Drop was saying, this is how these government military organizations are organizing civilization. You know, they look at it and try and replicate it because it is such beautiful, and we should be living in harmony.
Yeah, the funny part to it is this. Like for real, we second nature, right? Man, talking about like me and you, man is second nature. Man was not here before the woman, right? We is plural, right? And then you put we in front of man, right? You get women. Never mind that part. So now that you know that they done tricked you into thinking you need a son to carry the legacy. No, you need the female to keep the portal open for your bloodline. It's not the man. right? So they don't trick us. Like, yeah, your seed, fuck that seed, bro. That seed can get fucking threw on a bed sheet for Christ's sake. If it don't hit
Yeah.
that portal, if it don't hit that portal, that seed ain't shit. So like we are women, we are men. So when we say we are men, we are women. Now man and woman is not a gender. That's where they fucked us up at. You know, like you're a man and she no, y'all humans, y'all are men and the women are women. So to write them out of history to make the man
And
seem first they give you the Jesus. Go
I
ahead.
mean, you're breaking that down in even a different analogy. I mean, in one analogy, and also in to break it down in a scientific analogy, like how reproduction is going or works or whatever. And not to say that I'm a scientific kind of guy, but the woman comes first in the sense that it's like a two X's chromosomes are formed in the baby, and then a Y is formed during the end of it, to my knowledge. So that makes it a male. So into that sense, is it, that's a double, um, like it's just it gives power, gives strength to what you just said, but in a completely different phase of mind. Like I went with you were talking about it from a spiritual kind of natural sense, and then I just brought it in for a way of like, you know, that's how it is in the reproduction of humans anyway. At least humans. We are first girls and then we turn into boys in the latest.
And
That's to my knowledge.
and
But
that's where you get that right, the X chromosome, right? Then you got the Y chromosome is the first. Now if you turn a Y upside down with another Y that's right side up, you get the X. So we know the Y chromosome was first, right? To even get an X, you had to add on to the Y. So the Y chromosome first, and then you got the X chromosome.
are you sure about that, bro? Like
No,
because
I'm not. Hell
I
no,
think
I'm not sure. You know I ain't sure. I'm
yeah,
talking
because
about
that's what I was trying to explain. I think it is the fact that it's the other way that it's the X comes first, and then because if we got two X's, that's going to be a female, right? And if it's a Y in the in the last trimester, it becomes a male. So that's why I'm saying that a woman is like you were saying the woman comes first, right? Like without a woman, there can be a man. So like, oh, it all is one. But it all begins to be one because a seed, it could be a seed on the fucking blanket.
But
But
I'm up for changing my whole thought to you, right? So now when you say the Y and the X, right? When you look down at the legs, right? If you got a penis coming out of you, that's a Y. If ain't nothing coming out of you, your two legs will make the X. So
oh, okay. Yeah, true that. Check that. Check that
yeah,
little
so
mind
you
state.
right.
Check that little mind state. Like that's some, visual perception, intellectual. You have to visualization, perception, internalization. But
And being able to know when you fucking wrong. You know what I mean? Like I was wrong. You
that's
get what I'm
right,
saying?
brother.
It's like a lot of people that I'm gonna stand on it. Why are you standing on that rocky shit?
That's right. A lot of people, when you especially mention that part, man, a lot of people, this is a problem in society. Like a lot of people are like they don't want to admit their wrongs, and they always got to stand on their rights, and it's very quick. They want quick answers. They want instant gratification and this sort of thing. But as you say, man, admit your wrongs. We all learning, man. We all got to learn. We're learning from each other, uh, and stuff like that. Like so, it's quite to me. It's quite funny how but it's quite prolific in the amount that it is. This is how society is going. Everybody's on that sense about it. They're just like they want to get up and just be all about them. And um, I don't know. I took it a bit. I just forgot which way we were going, but and that's not right. That's not right. It's not right. It's, we gotta stop and internalize things, man. Not just be so uh compulsive and just like we should take some
That
time and
gym was
reflect.
the gym was internalized things, man. What resonate with you? What's real? What's what ain't what's not cool? Discard that shit. If it ain't cool, I don't give a fuck if it's flat earth. If that shit is fucking your mind up, fuck flat earth, bro. Signal your own energy, man. Channel your own shit. Get your head
Yeah,
together. You know what I'm saying? Rather the earth flat or not. Some is driving some people crazy. Whether
that's
the
right.
coronavirus is real or not. If it's driving you crazy, quit thinking about it, bro.
That's some very wise words there, bro. Now people don't. If people don't listen to that, if people don't take that into head, well, that be to their own detriment. Because what you just said was major there. You
Like
know?
what was the old saying? You gonna worry yourself to death. That's real, bro. Stress will kill you before any disease, man. Stress is self-upon energy that your body don't need. So you worrying about how I'm gonna get to work, then you get to work. Like instead of not worrying about it, I gotta get to work and I'm gonna get to work. I don't gotta
That,
worry about it. I'm gonna get
that's
there, bro. And if I don't, I don't. But I'm not gonna worry about how. Fuck the how part.
because it won't
God,
make it any faster anyway. And that's what I was trying to like. The stress part, like is what I was trying to like from today, bro. On that alkaline stream, like not to fucking say much about it, but he was stressing really hard for anybody who caught that on Bro Sanchez stream with Alkaline City. It was just and the open panel today. I just thought that it was good. Everybody build together, and that's right. We all got to take our time. How this is going, man? Take some time in. We're conversing. There's only two of us here now, but we're doing this maturely, getting some content across, and it's great. And people are probably gonna resonate with this. But if it's all coming in a bunch in a bundle, it's gonna really come across as confusion and what's going to come out of it. But what I was saying was the stress, man, the amount of stress that this boy was putting on his message, man, just trying to get it across. And he wasn't like, he was so stressed out about, I'm not even going to try and even get on that level of like where he was at, like, because my voice is kind of at this tempo, right? And this is where I'm at. I'm de-stressed. I'm chill, man. I'm always chill. Like, but he was just psycho fanatical, bro, and like stress is going to kill you in that
you
sense. So
said
he's
fanatical.
it was, bro. It was, man. From what I was watching, it was,
That
bro.
was immature.
Like
It
so.
was immature, like you said. What it be is this. It's like you're not on a phone call with one person. It's 20 people on a, well, it's 10 people on the panel, right? For you to feel your voice is God, you an arrogant son of a bitch. And you can't humble yourself to let somebody else talk so you can learn something. Rather, you know more than a person that's talking. They still know something that you don't know, bro. They still know something you don't know. I don't care how smart they is. I could talk to the smartest person in the world and tell them something they don't know. So listen to everybody, man. There's gems everywhere. But when you a motherfucker like, well, excuse my background, but if you a motherfucker that's like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh no, 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 listen, that means you channeled into your own goddamn self and you want to hear yourself talk and you want everybody else to hear you and not nobody else. So with that mind frame of thinking, man, get the fuck away from me. Feel like we clash. Cause I don't think like that. I think like what dude thinking about? Man, what she thinking about? Man, what the fuck the host thinking about? I want to
That's
know these things so I can pick their brains. But if you got somebody interrupting every single fucking time, I can't even pick a brain because
That's
you
right.
keep interrupting, and I done picked your brain already. You're done. You can really leave off the panel far as I'm concerned.
Well,
But
someone's trying to really, yeah, someone's trying to listen, but there's a lot of like bullshit going through, and like they're not even because as like as you said, you're trying to kick it, Jim. Someone's just gonna interrupt it, but there's other sides of that coin too. How people trying to listen to it and grab that gem, and they're missing it because these fools are just jumping in on each other. It's weird, bro. You were
People, man.
speaking some powerful shit there. That's real powerful shit. Like, you know what I mean? And
what's up with Mind's Eye? He done brought his avatar. That boy serious.
see,
He
he did
done
it
Yeah,
the
brought his
correct way. He
avatar.
come through.
sir, what?
That boy
Okay.
done hit the avatar button and everything. He's serious.
He's
Serious.
come through correct.
It's,
Much
man,
peace, as
you,
much peace.
it, hey, it's that's deep, son, Ray, because a lot of them do miss it. You know, it's like it's dealing with our ecosystem, man. They call it the ego, though. You got your chest up, man, your vest up. I was kind of thinking like your body literally is the bulletproof soul.
And what's crazy, Mind's Eye, without ego, you ain't shit, bro. If you can't poke your chest in front of a motherfucker that's poking his or hers and stand up and be like, bro, I'm a god, bro. You better calm that. Hold on, we can build or you can be destroyed, bro. Leave me the fuck alone, bro. And with that mentality, with the earth itself and your normal life, we can build or or you can be destroyed or I can be destroyed. I don't know. I'd
Yes.
rather build
Right.
than us trying to clash rocks together and break them into fragments. I'd rather make a bigger rock, let the two
That's
rocks
right.
come together. Hell
But some
yeah, make
people deal in the sense of clashing in power of minds. Who's got the stronger mind? Who's got to be the winner? Who's going to be the bigger, better, rather than making a uh, bigger piece out of the whole. Putting two minds together and trying to make it stronger, or three minds together and
and
trying to
then,
make it stronger.
but look, John Ray, I'm gonna give it right to you, Mind's Eye. You got motherfuckers that agree with you, right? They know exactly what you're saying, but they'll debate you. That shit is so weird to me. You know what I said was right, but you want to go against me just to feed your ego, and that shit fucks with my motherfucking head. I'm like, hold on, bro. I just dropped a mic drop, and this nigga opposing it.
True. I
I
mean,
don't
and
know.
I'd say I'll let mine say you go straight after this because I'll say that I've fallen. I admit that I fucked up like that too. I've always been there just for the sense of fucking being playing devil's advocate to the argument's sake and wanting to keep the talk on. You talk some shit when this guy's just dropped a huge gem. You know what I mean? You should give it some time to give it air out and let it resonate. Or just not even argue with it or bring that thought of concept of that argumentative into it, you know. But anyway, might as well
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I agree. It's the confusion of the ego and the ecosystem. You know how you would snatch that boom, or I remember it literally happened to me, fellas, and to the ladies in the chat, everybody in attendance. It happened to me. I remember my aunt Merle, she was teaching me how to sleep and shit, right? I wasn't into it like that. You know what I mean? She snatched that motherfucker like this how you do this, man. And she started sweeping the carpet, you know what I mean? And I saw her form, you know how we sweep. I saw it. So it's kind of like that was literally her ego. You know what I mean? But it's the ecosystem. We here to keep things clean. You know what I mean? And I smack a motherfucker who ain't cleaning up right. You know what I mean? Who ain't doing the shit correctly. Like I don't want you touching my dishes if you gonna leave my forks full of food. You know what I mean? Putting dirty shit on the dish rack. You know what I mean? It's an ecosystem that's being confused with ego. You know what I mean? I got my chest. I missed
Oh,
the
check
clean.
that out.
We missed the clean. Period. What y'all think?
Now, fact that I like to be, keeping it clean and being pure because that's the way essentially being humanly and being like about our cultural ways because that's how we were living in that's what gave us our culture and our pride and being clean and what we do. But then
Yeah,
even just thinking like, um, on that egotistical sub, like we'll break into this later, but I was just seeing somebody's hit the thumbs down, like even yeah, not that I like that's it's great for the algorithm supposedly, like if they do because it spreads it out some or not, but I'm thinking why would they even bother to do that? It's like that's an egotistical because that's the isn't that's a part of like the occult sort of mindset, right? There's the ego and the subconscious. Is that right? Or
yeah,
see,
yep.
maybe
It's
I'm
it's the they know not. It's like you laugh at the child who don't know and they think they know. You know what I mean? That's kind of too. It's the ego. It's your
but is
big
that
brother.
what the whole battle with? I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I'm not too sure about what the like what they say is. I've heard the sort of the debate is no what they talk about is like you've got subconscious, yeah, subconscious, and then ego, I guess, and they're like that's your natural sense of being, and then you've got that thing that'll just stop you, will try and stop you from what you're doing.
Yeah,
I
it,
will
it,
like from your intuition feeling, instinctive feeling.
it's resonated with. Yeah, I agree. Like Earth is dirt, and it's like how good can or how pristine or so-called clean can you make this dirt look? That's all we doing here. You know what I mean? You go in that place and you look in that dirt. Yeah, it's beautiful. This big old beautiful place. But yeah, thanks to the dirt. Before you got
Hell yeah, thanks to the dirt. And reason why it's thanks to the dirt, I know y'all hear the background, but thanks to the dirt is this. You would never have a fruit tree without the dirt. You would never have a vegetable without the dirt. You would never have none of that shit without, you don't even have you, bro. When the dirt your ass go back to, bro, you gotta feed Mother Nature. That's what death is about. You gotta feed the ether. You gotta feed the land. So if we can't bury your ass, you understand? If I bury you without a coffin, guess what's gonna happen? About to throw your fucking limp body in the ground. A tree, bro. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You're gonna be a tree, bro. Why do you think they put you in that back to cancel out that seed? Man, you better get cremated. Don't let them motherfuckers put you on no ground, bro, and no casket, bro. Cremate me right now. Get me right back to the ether. Get my ashes to my fucking first daughter, bro. Off top, bro, or my wife, bro. And that's how I'm rocking. You're not gonna put me in a box that takes 20,000 fucking years to dissolve before you get to my bag. Because if I plant your body in my backyard, I'm gonna grow a tree. I'm gonna grow a rose bush. I'm gonna grow something from the seed of your body, and they know this shit.
yeah.
You can make a forest with a dead army. If I bury all the people died in war in a certain field, you're gonna get a fucking tree. You're gonna have a whole bunch of. Never mind that. That's why they call it the family tree. Never mind that part,
Yes,
bro.
the true teaching, man.
Yeah,
Go
never
ahead.
mind that part. Fucking, what's going on? We got like,
You see,
gotta keep going. This is
hey,
crazy. I'm just like, I'm
hey,
thinking, I don't want some shit to be coming down. And actually, I really don't give two which way to go. It'll be what it'll be, as the ad will say. But if we get like this will be quite eventual. No, not eventual, but it'll be quite fucking like, what's that shit? It'll happen for the first time if we get more thumbs down than thumbs up. Because I've just said it and we've just gone like tripled up, triple
yeah.
stack. But anyway, that's all good. Keep going. because like fuck, that brings out the realness of people anyway. Which way I was really not about that. I was kicking this up to be positivity, and I'll continue to keep this going and going. I wasn't not uh trying to bring it in that sense at all. The the of that, to anybody, but to find that it is out there. Hey, that's cool, and that will be. So let's just keep progressing and hope that the newcomers in will be
Hey, if
on the
you
bright
can't
side.
take if you can't take your naked body into the mirror and say I love you, you insane. I don't give a fuck what you look like, bro. You can look like goddamn. I don't give a fuck what you look like. If you can't walk into the mirror and say I love you, bro, you mentally insane, bro. How the fuck you gonna love something more than you, bro? You got people looking in the
No, no,
mirror
no.
like,
That's
man,
big fact.
I
Big
got a
fact.
gut. I got a gut. Oh man, my eyes are big. Oh, I got a big nose, man. Fuck all that dumb shit, bro. That's you,
Yeah,
bro.
that's right.
Fuck.
That's you. Be happy with that as you naturally. I don't really understand the
No,
changing
you
of plastics.
and the people that do that, push that energy, they tell you they make other people want a big nose.
Yeah, and
Versus
then they
the
have
people like,
paper. I
yeah,
guess and I see what you're saying, and then but then I was just thinking on the opposite side of that, like, oh shit, see, fuck, I just did it exactly what we were just talking about, to say it for argument's sake. Like you just said, you're gonna make people, they're gonna make people think consciously want to have that, but then I was just thinking these people have children, and that's the environment they grow up, and they think that it's okay to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
but
you,
what I'm saying is this. I'm saying your default can be a plus to somebody. So you like, I got big lips and you insecure about that, right?
right.
You can willy them big lips into people wanting big lips. It's not a knock on you if you embrace it right. If you got a big ass fucking forehead, bro, you can make people wish they had a
Okay.
big forehead. It's how you look at it. It's like, man, my forehead huge, bro. And you got this dumb forehead that's really fluff, really niggas can laugh at you. But you can turn that into a gift where I wish my head was that big. That nigga smart as hell. His brain's so big it's intruding through his forehead. And you can really flip the script. You can make niggas dress mismatch. You can change the whole narrative, man. I ain't matching, bro. That's my style. And people that love you will stop matching. It's a movement. You understand? Where now, okay, it's
Very
cool
true, man.
not to match because I did it, or you did it, or somebody did it to make it cool not to be with the normal. So go ahead.
Nah, man, that's facts, big time. Like, you know, you always do it though, and that's right. A lot of people don't realize, and I think this another. This is great that we have taken this challenge. I mean, this was just impromptu. I was just kicking it up and doing it. I just put the link in there for Tai Young if she wanted to come up, and it'd be beautiful to have a bit of more female perspective. Because then, thanks for Grandma for coming up, and if you're still listening, most definitely. Because this was impromptu and it's balanced, man, and like the fact that I was getting to the point that you like, I do think, because you drop a lot of gems, and maybe it's because of what your experience, but like where you've been through, what you've done, and if you slow down and like listen to what you're saying, there's a lot of it, people could really take some wisdom out of, or will take some value out of, but people move too fast with it. They move past it, and then even not that, they'll just shut you down and not even give you the sense. So I'm just putting props to you personally there, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so,
Listen,
and that's
play. Listen, player, you give somebody some money, right, player, and they owe you more than money, player. Once they owe you, player, they owe you money. Okay, there's no more money, player. You still owe me, player. So
Yeah,
now,
yeah. Fact.
so
Okay, yeah.
basically is you owe me your life, right? This how
That's
the
right.
devil works.
Exactly. Yeah,
This how
yeah.
the devil works, right? Player, here you go. No pun intended.
We did that.
But when
We gotta
they
do
say,
this now.
yeah, but when they say here you go, understand that narrative is gonna change. Here you go, player. You need 100,000. There you go, player. Boom. And then 6 months down the line, the motherfucker that gave you the 100,000 changed the narrative and say, "Look, player, I looked out for you, player. I see you in hard times, player. I need this, player." And then boom, now you getting deceived by the devil. You let the devil control it. The secret to life, bro. I'm about
Yeah.
to tell you the secret to a God, bro. You gotta deceive the devil. You gotta take the deal and turn it upside down. If you
Fact.
can't do that, the devil will always win, bro. He
Fact.
will always beat you. If you can't take his narrative and flip it, and when you flip it 2 or 3 times, he's gonna quit fucking with you. The devil gonna leave. He's gonna be like, man, that nigga a god, bro. He done. You
Yeah,
understand?
that,
Beautiful.
So
Check that, man.
I'll
We
take
just
that
got
as
something in the
proof.
chat. We got, because as we do around here, we do smoke sessions, man. Like this is for the traditional indigenous people of this land. I should they, every time I should have done it at the beginning, but before they do begin any ceremony, man, they have a smoking session to ward off any bad spirits, man. And like, I'm about to, I'm gonna hit that off, but I was saying it's so beautiful that I just saw the chat that grandma is out there now. She's out. She's out here enjoying nature with the leaves and shit, and listening to the birds and stuff like that, man. So this is what we were just saying about about 20 minutes ago, trying to go and appreciate that shit. So anyway, I'll have my smoke up session and give thanks and try and ward off. You guys can. We'll just have a moment of cone silence for 5 seconds.
Good. This is smooth one, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm in mode.
See now, he just messed that up. I said let's have a moment of of silence, of cone silence, and it wasn't silent. And so I blessed out that smoke, uh, and then but I was just joking. I was just
but now
joking.
listen, when you say grandma, right? Here's
Yeah.
here's the gem they miss. Talking about 1,000 when we say grandma. So we talking about 1,000 mothers, right? So that's at least 400 generations. If we talking about 1,000 mothers, right? So when we say grandma, we're not saying
Oh.
that's my second mother. That's my 1,000th mother. 1,000. You gotta understand what grand means. And we gotta quit ignoring. We gotta quit ignoring. We gotta quit ignoring this wordplay. Now, your grandmother to you is your second mother. That's your 1,000th mother. Your mom was your 100th mother. Your daddy was your goddamn 100th daddy, bro. You what? It wasn't that nigga that made you. So many niggas made that nigga that made you. You understand what I'm telling you, bro? So then you get genetics. Now we talking about, let's go back to the Bro Sanchez and all that show, right? We talking about you living 102 years old. That's genetics. That has nothing to do with how you eating. It has nothing to do with how you living. Bro, I can fucking smoke crack my whole goddamn life and live to 150 if that's what my if that's what my genetical um can if that's what my genes consume of. You only live
Yeah,
to
I think
50. I live to 100, bro. If my granddad lived to 100, my grandma lived to 100, I'ma live to 100. I
you
don't
know,
know
I
what I
think
do
that's the
with
main thing too. Like because like people, it's the stress again, and being in the place of content. I mean, of contentness and being happy because, like people were saying, like I was hearing in other past streams about how people like your grandfathers could live till 100 and something years old because they were eating such things, but people were arguing with they were eating vegan things. But like I think it was because of that the uh they're just they were content with life, and um there's being you know um being at ease. Like I got away from the point that you were dropping at, and like because I was just wanted to break it down because it'll go on for an hour. But shit, I forgot what you were saying, bro. I like, and I just totally had a mind freeze. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be the ancestors, man. They do that, bro. They they'll leave, bro. They'll be
Oh
talking
no
to
no no
you.
no! They're here now because God body's here. So I'm gonna drop that link now. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what the ancestors say if the ancestors want to play or whatnot. Because I
Just
was
know if
dropping.
you saying it. Just know if you saying it, right? Or if I'm saying it, it's a crap of shit. It's when that soul get possessed and you say that shit that you ain't study it or nothing. You would just say it. That's the truth, man. And they use us as vessels to talk through. You know what I'm telling you? It's like they'll leave too. You'll be in mid sentence, bro, and they'll just quit talking through you. And you'll be like, I don't know what I was about to say, bro, but y'all go ahead. Right?
Yeah, like that's I was
Because they
about to
left.
drop out, and like I was fully just about to drop out and drop the whole panel out though, and then like that's why I dropped Mind's Eye off, and then it was just gonna be us two, and then I forgot about the fuck I was saying, and then Godbody came in, and I thought I dropped the panel like the stream, but he's obviously can't come up or whatnot, and then shit,
Hey,
that's crazy, man.
put the link in the chat again because sometimes people lose the link. You
Nah,
gotta
he could be busy, bro. He's probably just busy or something. Like it could be
oh
good.
God, but that nigga ain't busy. That nigga be doing push
Yeah,
ups and shit
I
at
did.
like 3 o'clock.
I I didn't
What
hear
you
you
say?
clear when you said what you did, son, Ray. So I had to get somewhere where I can hear y'all more better. But yeah, I do got some things I want to say with y'all. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you this, right? I go to work, right? Here's what you can build on, mind's eye. I go to work. The nigga I rode to work with, right? Got to sneezing and coughing at work, right? They quarantine the nigga, they send him home, right? They come to me, they're like, hey, listen, did you ride with dude? I'm like, yeah, right? Well, you gotta go, bro. If you don't have no symptoms in 48 hours, you can come back, right? Now, what I'm saying is, here's what I'm saying. Either they're lying or we're all about to be dead. Ain't no in between line, bro. Either by what they said to me, right? I was in a car with a motherfucker that was coughing and sneezing. So I gotta leave work, right?
Check this
If
out.
that
God
nigga,
body's driving this truck.
yeah,
Shit,
that
keep going.
nigga coughing and sneezing can kill me. What the fuck we living for? They pushing.
Wow,
This
it
the
is that real,
pandemic.
man. That's what I
So I'm
say.
more or
We at
less
that.
like, okay, if I can accept the cough last year, somebody sneezing and coughing in my presence, right? Why the fuck I can't accept it this
It's,
year?
it's like, check that
Uh,
out, man. Godbody just joined us, man. Are you wearing a mask? He's obviously at work. Much thanks, bro.
Man, I'm about to beat God body up. Now we
This shit
about to fight
mandatory in my
God
job.
body. He
Okay.
said it's mandatory. Hey,
Yeah. No,
but
because we spoke about that the other day.
God
Because
body,
it's not about the virus, yeah.
God body got a mask on, right?
Yeah. But that's for his work. He's that's for his. It's actually not for the coronavirus or nothing, as you were talking about people taking precautions. But that was
Hey,
quite.
hold on, Sunray. Listen, Sunray. By him saying it's mandatory for his job is taking the right precautions. At my job, bro, they ain't even check people's temperature, bro. I'm on the assembly line, bro. Them parts you gave me to paint, bro, came from like 18 different people, bro. And I got the last result, so I go to my job. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm not comfortable, right? So I ride to the work. I ride to work with a nigga that was sneezing and sniffling and all that. They sent him home. They come to me like, "Did you ride with this nigga to work?" I'm like, "Yeah." They like, "Well, yeah, we need to go home too." So I'm looking at it like if they shutting everything down, no matter if it's fake or real, they shutting everything down, bro. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. In the next 6 months, everything gonna be shut the fuck down, bro. Ain't no gas station. Ain't no buying no toilet paper, nigga. You
That's
better
what I was
use
saying.
the rag, nigga. If you don't know how to use the rag and live off oodles and noodles, you're gonna die, bro. You thought you bought enough food. You thought
That's
you
what
went
we're
to
saying. Like
Walmart.
you, you're gonna like you're gonna go into shock because that's what I say about first world problems, man. You know, like people are living this every day and shit like that. Like people who have the problem of, oh, my PlayStation button broke. You know, oh shit, man, they get really angry about it. Whereas it's just that's a first world problem. You know, or my
No, here's what I wanna say. Your ass think them canned goods is gonna uh keep you alive? You think them you think that tissue, you think them Clorox, right? You think that Perel is gonna keep you alive for like 10 years, bro? We talking about an epidemic that's about to happen. Everything
here.
all these dumb people bought, bro, is gonna be gone within like 3 weeks, bro. All that toilet paper they bought, all them dumbass canned goods, all that shit they bought is gonna be done, bro. They gonna run through that shit so fast, and they don't understand it. If you don't know how to live with fuck the system, bro, and if you really give a fuck about Air Jordans, bro, you gonna die, bro. If you give
right.
a fuck about a gold chain, you gonna die. If you give a fuck about the Empire series, you gonna
Well,
die, bro.
you're gonna go into a massive shock here. According to
Massive.
yourself, you're gonna die, but you're gonna experience some different.
Man,
Yeah,
you gonna die because you don't know how to use your own nails to grab the dirt and make something happen.
Yep. You're not a sorcerer. You don't deal
You
with your
can't
sword, you
grab
know.
that dirt and pull it up with your bare hands and plant something that grow. It ain't gonna even grow for you if you ain't righteous, bro. You gonna plant that seed in the ground, it's gonna be like, nigga, fuck you, bro.
Facts. And look, that's where a lot of them deal with the ego. It's the echo, it's the ecosystem. You know,
Uh,
where some picked up that dirt and they said, look at this, what I did. And they got caught up in that shit, the material. You know what I mean? They got caught up in that shit, and this is where we care less about the ecosystem. It's the ecosystem, ecosystem. We care more about the ego now. It's like, motherfucker, I did that. You didn't say it first. I said it.
I,
That's how it's, they got their chest up. They got their chest up, but it ain't about the ecosystem. They don't care about the world. They care about themselves.
Yeah, but check this out. That's straight up like no what my man Godbody doing. Like he's at work listening to this shit. He's trying to pick some jam off it, right? Like he ain't just like you know what I mean? He could be doing some other shit. Like he more than welcome to put his input in, but he's trying to get some stuff off this, right? Which is what a lot of people don't do. They try and like put their bullshit on top of people's other bullshit rather than get some nutrients out of fucking anything.
Yeah, listening up. You know what I mean? I feel you. I feel you. It's like everybody speaking at one time. Don't
Peace out
nobody
to Drop,
listen.
bro. If he were there, much peace out to Drop for the episode 1 of Hold Up, bruh. Because
Holds up, bro. It
fucking,
is real like that, son Ray. Like I know you probably didn't got to that point. I know I've been and reached it, but I'm alive, so I speak my piece every now and again, you know. But I am in that zone where I just want to listen, you know. That's what I think I can do more talking when I listen up more.
yeah. Oh, well,
Right.
it seems that like both fellas dropped out above listening. Everyone's dropped out. They just prefer to pop listeners. So that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna pop out, drop like an hour ago before I forgot my bro. What we were doing about 10 minutes ago. But much appreciation for people coming through. We could stay on and keep talking, but they were just talking for a while. I would prefer to keep it like more at uh like a what would you call it? I suppose it depends. Wait up. I'll see what the fuck's going on. Because I'd prefer my. We should just do whatever the fuck I was thinking, but I was thinking like just keep it more on a concise like 1 hour thing and then cut it off. Or I'm gonna put this out to the people if they are listening. Anyone listening, won't go to Mind's Eye, and then if there's anyone listening into the chat, you drop that shit. If you think we should keep it concise and drop it to an hour, hit 1. Or if you want to keep listening to this shit and hear some gems, hit 2.
Yeah, we need those real gems, man. So I know that's
But in
like
the
what we was
same,
talking about. Go ahead, go ahead. I was just saying, you know, it's a lot of us got their chest poked out and they ain't dropping no gems out their chest. You know, it's a whole bunch of that selfishness, or you
yeah.
know, it's like where you don't give a fuck about me. Why are you in my face, or why are you talking to me? You know, if it's about you and yours, just go where they can listen to you. You know what I mean?
Or
It's
share
that
support. That's
yeah.
even one other thing that people, is lacking and shit. But I try and do it, but as much as to say. But I'll probably do that. I'll say that, man. I'll keep this concise. Fucking much props to everyone coming through. If you could, or like, uh,
Yep,
what
respect
is it?
to everybody.
Oh no, this fool's back. So like, hit the share if you can. Oh, they're all back. If everybody hits the share, hits the like, much props. I thought everybody was just had to
Hold
go.
up, bro. Hold up, bro.
Oh,
Everybody get to share, bro. You don't hit
came
the
back
share. You gotta
like they.
leave, bro. You gotta leave, bro. If you ain't gonna hit the share, bro,
Hey,
you
hey,
gotta
hey,
That's
leave.
a
hey,
fact.
Drop. I got a question for you. So what does this mean? Like, the dollar is more than the damn Chinese yen, and it's more than the euro right now. So what does that mean for us when this virus go down?
It
If it go
mean that the
down,
dollar, it mean the dollar and the yen ain't worth shit, and it's what the yen and the dollar represent. So what's representing life right now, right? This what we gotta bring ahead to, right? and this is going to control the dollar market. It used to the dollar used to represent the silver, gold, this, that,
Yes,
and the
it
third.
used to be based on gold, right? Yeah,
Right. Now it's now they took that out and they based it on who's printing it. That's
yeah.
the new gold. So you got the federal
But that was
banking
a good
system,
point
right?
because what he was saying,
Now
because
now
Australia's in
listen.
this point.
But listen, the federal banking system is losing, and the dollar is transferring to something else, whether it be yin or yang or anything for that matter. What I'm telling y'all is all that shit is the same currency. Rather, what they tell you, the yen for the Chinese, the whatever they talking about, what money is, it's all tied in to the world controlment, not the world government, because government is even puppet. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Even Trump is a puppet, bro. It's so much bigger than this dumbass nigga, bro. Or
Right.
anybody you listen, bro. You would never.
I mean, yeah, that's right. Because, I mean, obviously, God body, or maybe not. I mean, did you have a sense of that, brother? Or maybe he can't answer now, but like, he didn't really like. We always knew that those figureheads had power people behind them pulling strings, right?
Right,
Like the main person isn't the guy out the front. You know what I mean? They're not the guy for the call. He's not taking shots. He's not in the front line. He's in the back. His name's not even being heard. But in answer, I mean, he was that was a question to you, and that's a totally good answer because I wouldn't know, and because it's exactly what it is. I mean, that was a deep sense because of where we're at. This is, I mean, Australia. Not that I would be really up to date with it, but Australia's dropped it to the lowest rate ever, like 0.25% for people with a mortgage or something like, or with a loan with them, and our dollar is at a really low 0.2. So that's the same thing, which is going to influx on the question: where's it comparing to China's dollar or the Chinese dollar and the American dollar, which I would have no clue. But even that perception, it is to what it is. Like, because it used to be based on the gold, but now it's based on these other things, and people cause distractions from it and whatnot. Like, I mean, all the wars that are waged, they continuously waged, uh, and who profits from that? The arms system, the medical system. I mean, the arms companies, sorry, and the medical companies, or who are all behind these political people who are arguing each other. So that's just one breakdown of that. But and then it goes into the economic side of it because they're all fighting. They all want budgets. They all like, and that's right. That's the breakdown of the evils, or not the evils, but that's just the breakdown of life. And then because they all need budget, right? So where does the budget come from? It comes from these guys that make the economics, this reserve banks or whatever they are for the country. And then they all print out this so-called money and press all these zeros on the people's accounts. Then they can go and do what they want to do. And then certain people can't do what they want to do.
Okay, I got another good ass question. Do y'all think China is lying about how many people actually died? Because you know how China not even letting their people come on YouTube and tell us about the quarantine or nothing. Then the government came on TV yesterday and was like, "This is very this they offer China help with our like top doctors and shit." And China told our ass no. And one of the China ambassadors from the U.S. said that they ass is lying about how many people actually dying from this shit. Like, so how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think they lying or they just don't
no,
want us in there?
no, they lying. They lying, right? They lying, but they telling the truth. They giving you false numbers, but people is really dying, right? Now here's what happened when they fucked dude up. Remember they just bombed one of them weird ass niggas, right? They killed one of them niggas, right?
No, but
He
what?
he yeah, he let off he let off a biological warfare, right? When they killed him, that's why they killed him. So as soon as they killed this nigga from China, this epidemic goes down, right? He already said, right, bro, if you watch movies and shit and you watch never mind that part. At the end game, look, bro, if y'all kill me, I'm gonna let this virus
What the
out.
fuck are you on about anyway? Yeah. Something just breaks out of my ear. Keep
Right.
going.
Remember America bombed the motherfucking Chinese motherfuckers. Remember they killed him, bro. It was
Yeah,
like 3 weeks ago.
Hiroshima. Oh no, you talking
Yeah,
about? Yeah, you talking about? You said three weeks ago.
maybe a month ago. They just killed some type of motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, and he was saying that he was the one putting out the
Right,
numbers, and I think that
right,
those numbers are probably. He was saying that there was about 30 to 3, like, or the numbers were like
right, right.
300,000, right?
But
Yeah.
but listen though, when they killed that motherfucker, this when the pandemic hit. They should never fuck with dude. Dude told him, bro, you kill me, bro. I'm like, if you watch shit like Blacklist on Netflix, you will understand how the elite work. Too many people was looking into the past. Fuck the past. What the hell is they doing right now, bro? And you gotta get into their brain, bro, and you gotta get into what the fuck is going on. So if you watch Blacklist, right, they'll tell you how they trying to arrest the person that's about to release the Ebola. But they couldn't get him, so he released it. This shit is so pandemic. It's so much pandemonium, which everything we talking about, no matter what the topic is. How the fuck can our brain gain fusion to focus on one thing? They know this, so now they know we chaotic. There's too many things to deal with. We ready to beat the shit out y'all, and y'all throw this on us. Now we looking at a coronavirus that don't even exist. It's nothing but a 5G tower making your body sick, right? Never mind, man. Y'all go ahead, bro. This should be draining me, bro.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be on that. We shouldn't be stressing our head upon things like that. We should be on that vibe of the positive. But what was his question was, do you think they are distorting the numbers? And then, I suppose he did get into the answer. So
No,
like,
yeah, the numbers is always distorted because they gotta have a um numeric code. They gotta have a sixes. They gotta have a nines. They gotta have a 11. They gotta have a fours, right? So yeah, it's distorted as far as time frame is concerned because every time I
there
start
goes the
talking that
hiccup.
shit, I get the hiccup.
Yeah, there goes the hiccup.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna do a hiccup. You
But
feel me?
maybe that's the realness of it
Yeah,
all.
like the reason I asked because these motherfuckers just reported. They reported 4 people catching the corona, but they streets still empty as fuck. So I'm like, that don't really add up if you only reported single digits of corona cases and yo, ain't shit going back to normal. The business still empty. Motherfuckers still being quarantined. So I'm like, somebody got to be lying. And the government came on and like, they was like, China could have up to 300,000 deaths that they not telling us about.
Wait. Cut that. What you said before? You said there was 4 confirmed deaths, and you went through the suburb, and everything was still. You didn't see any military quarantine.
Nope, like they still reporting single numbers and like ain't nobody on the street still. So like it's weird. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was the he said in a rich neighborhood the numbers don't move. In the poor neighborhoods the numbers move. So now what they're saying is this, right? The only people catching it is the rich neighborhood. Mind you, the motherfucker in your hood that's holding up, I need a who's never gonna catch the coronavirus. He the slums. He never gonna catch it. But what they saying is the people that do catch it is the elite. So now it let me know it's the agenda being picked. If Kevin Durant got it, right? But Pookie don't got it. Pookie in the hood with dope things, bro. He
Right.
don't got it.
They're risking
But
their lives
Kevin,
every day
but
with
but
yeah,
Kevin
that's it.
Durant dealing with millionaires got it. It let me know y'all lying. Up top, right there, I'll be like, red flag, they lying. Kevin Durant ain't got shit. Magic Johnson don't have AIDS. It's the same mentality. When they did it with Magic Johnson, bro, I was like, that nigga ain't got no AIDS, bro.
Hey, drop. I was hoping it was like a biological welfare gone wrong, and it happened. Like they tried to let the shit out, and the shit started happening to their ass.
Mm.
Cause I
But the
still ain't
whole
heard no
thing,
poor neighborhood catching it. Like,
here's
Hey,
what I'm telling you though. Go ahead, mine, guy. My fault.
I, I
You know how
I was
people
just
do.
gonna tell him you can't be more correct because it's like they got this bullshit. They got it. You know what I mean? It's like if you got the product or whoever the source where you get from, where you pushing it, you gotta push it. You know what I'm saying? So they got it from their dealer and they gotta push it. So yeah, they got it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
part of the
And it's a
game. We
lot of
can't
money.
get
It's a
all
lot
you
of
know.
money. Hey, Sunray, it's so much money in the coronavirus that you can get. You can get money out this fucking
Of
field, bro.
course, man. There's so much money in everything, in this whole world, in this whole society. Well, let's
But the
change
end
that.
game is this.
But
What if we
I'll be
wrong?
kicking off pretty soon.
No, hey, Sunray, what if we wrong? What if it's not a psyop? What if it's a real virus? That's what we dealing with. So now you can't really gamble with it. You gotta really take it for what it is. So they shutting down everything, bro. They
Of course
shutting
not.
down.
People are getting sick, or I've never seen anybody get sick and never died. But at least we're hearing
Me
about it,
neither.
you know?
Woo!
Yeah.
Mic drop. Say it one more time, man. He never witnessed nobody in real time get sick and die from this coronavirus. But they got
Yeah,
us all
peace
in the
out. You go, buddy,
pandemic.
man. Wait up. Oh, we got a few more people in the house, but I was gonna be like probably busting out at 90 minutes, man, because like it's just I think it's better to do. Man, look at this fool. He's working. He's at work, bro. That's props to this man. He's coming
man,
through on his time.
I
But
be I be observing shit, bro. It be crazy because I be like so the company I work for, a family owned company, and I was thinking like, damn, they really got us wearing this mask because if anybody in their business catch it or the bosses catch it and they end up dying or whatever the case may be and they fuck up the business, this family business is over with. Like it's just like it's gonna be fucked. And then I was looking at the statistics of everybody being unemployed and shit, and it was saying up to 60% of the US, if this shit get out of hand, 60% of the US gonna be out of jobs. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like so I
oh
don't know,
wow, see,
man.
I thought that was mandatory in the sense that was fucking part of your job, but no,
Uh,
it's mandatory
no,
in
it's
this.
it's mandatory
Yeah,
for for my job because
No.
I mean they looking out for their own ass, I guess you would call it.
yeah,
But
shit.
look though,
I think it was, yeah.
listen.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'm telling y'all, right? The
Hold up,
only people hold up, bruh.
very
Hold up,
slow.
bruh.
Share this
Bruh,
shit.
listen.
Hold up,
Listen, bruh. I'll beat your ass.
comment, share this shit. I'll beat your
You
ass.
listen, bruh. Listen, bruh. They got us working, bruh. We working, bruh. But
Man,
what I'm
that's the
trying to
facts.
tell y'all,
That's
no, hold
fact, and
on,
that's
hold on. Don't throw me in a chokehold, son, Ray. Here's
no
what I'm
because
telling
that
you.
9 to 5 fuck shit is not good. I'm not on that vibe. But anyway, keep going.
Never mind that part. Here's what I'm telling you, bro. When you go to work, right? You go to work, right?
Yeah.
You take the coronavirus as fake, right? Because we know it's a psyop, right?
Mhm.
But the whole thing is, if they 2% right, it can kill us. If they only 2% right in the truth they telling us about the coronavirus, let's give them 2%, not 100. All that shit fake. We give them 2%, bro. All of us died, bro.
Mhm. Yep.
So now, why they pump that in our psyche, right?
Mhm.
Now, now you got to go 100 years from now, maybe 60, maybe 50 years from now.
Well,
They're
bro,
gonna do the same thing to kill us off, and we'll think it's a coronavirus because they planted the seed and then you
this is
scared.
what exactly,
So
and it's
look,
all predictive.
your grandkid, right? Your grandkid is 6, 7 years old. They planted the seed. When he become 19 years old, coronavirus, bro.
It
This
erupts, right?
hell
And then
yeah.
like
They,
I think like we were talking. Grandma was and I were hitting on this point. Like we were saying that how these, and we were before too. Like how these, you know, these generation where there's a generation distraction, and then there's this new wave. There's this new wave here. A total
Hey,
of
Summer, you know what's crazy though? I asked
society.
all these little white bosses, I be getting all these invoice signed, but I asked them, has this shit ever happened in their lifetime? And they told me hell no. They looked as scared themselves. That's the crazy part. I'm like, what the fuck? No, no.
hey, bro. They even cut out the chemtrails. That's when I knew it was serious. I'm like, man, they quit spraying us. Bro,
Yeah,
they cut out
I watched your video
basketball.
too on that one.
No, just look in the sky yourself. Listen, they cut out basketball, they cut out baseball, they cut out Vegas Strip, they cut out every bar in your fucking city, bro. Fuck my city, bro. Ain't no bar open. I can't even go get a shot of liquor, bro. They every McDonald's is a drive-through. Every Burger King is a drive-through. Right, boom. They cutting off. Right, boom. Now imagine when they cut all that off. Fuck going to Walmart, bro. The door locked, bro. Bro, you better go to Amazon, bro. If you don't got no Amazon connection, you about to be fucked up, bro. You
Hey,
gotta
I know
have an
this shit
Yeah, no,
real, bro,
Amazon.
straight
because
up,
I
straight
usually
up.
get up for
You
work.
need to be up. You
Listen,
need some big ties up, man.
listen,
If you haven't got big money
listen.
connections, it's gonna be hard for you, brother.
Here's what I'm telling you. If you don't have an Amazon connection, fuck a Amazon anybody. You gotta have somebody that's really fucking with you. Or
See,
you're
it's
not
not
gonna be
talking
able
about
to
that.
get the supplies you need. You need you need an Amazon Connect. Fuck an Amazon app. You need to connect because they're only gonna sell to
That's with
certain people,
everything.
bro.
That's with everything. It's all the it's levels to this shit, right?
Hey, I know this
Nah,
shit getting real, bro, because I usually go to
that
work at 4 in the
bullshit is
morning and shit.
rubber.
Now I'm working about 4 hours a day. This shit, I know this shit it's starting to affect my community shit because now I only work 4 hours. I'll be like, what the fuck? So, man, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. I feel for them people that's like working at them restaurants and shit that can't work at all right now. They gotta pay their damn bills.
But say what? So like you were working last week, none of this was going down. Or not
Yep.
last week, like no, last month, none of this was going down.
Yeah, yep, yep.
Shit. Now everyone's in active mode. What about you guys? What
I
about
mean,
Jock?
I ain't too much. I'm over the shit. I ain't really worried about it because I had to look up the statistics of 1 million people die a year from air pollution, shit like that. You know, so I'm like, I can't just. I gotta be prepared, not scared.
Here go the thing, bro. Here go the scary part of the whole pandemic. Boom. I can get the disease, right? I show right?
But
But
can
I
you
can
fight it
pass
off?
it. But no, hold on. I can pass it to my mom. My mom's 72, bro. So you mean to tell me I don't show no symptoms, right? And I go say, Ma, I love you to death and give her a hug and kill her? That's where the pandemic come in at. It's because it
True.
only affects what raised you. It don't attack what you raised. So your kid's not gonna catch it. But your mom, your grandma, your great auntie, they say a 2 year old. My girl said a 2 year old had it. I don't believe it. Now listen, what I'm saying is if if this is attacking the elder and not us, right? Now maybe a 2 year old got it, maybe a 20-year-old got it. That's like 5 cases. We talking about millions of people. So what they is they killing off the nursing home people. They're killing off your grandmothers. They're killing off the people that you neglected. Nigga, your ass put them in a nursing home, dummy. Anyway, you put them in a nursing home, thought it was good, and they killing them all off by the redundant. So now they say 80% can cure the disease without treatment, right? The 1.6 die, right? And then the 1.6 is damn near 90% elderly people. So you see how they killing your mama off? Never mind that part, man. Go ahead. Man.
Hey, no,
Yeah.
drop you right because the doctor. This how like worried they is about them. The old people dying. He came on TV like just because the young people we know we can beat it and shit. He said we need to take extra precaution because what if we around this bitch and we ain't showing no symptoms and we giving it off to the old people, killing off all the old people. So yeah, you definitely right.
Yeah. What's that? It's passive. It's lying passive in your system. It's lying dormant, and then it explodes. You can pass it on. That's crazy, man. Very true. Anyway, um, yeah, man. This is positive. Keep going. Like, if you guys, mine's I haven't said much, but if you want to drop in, but like, yeah,
I'm here, fam.
I'll probably because I should. I'm gonna cut this off. Like, some like if anyone else wants to kick off, drop. You should go live. You want to go live, bro, or not? Oh, you can't. No, no. I said if anyone else wants to go live, because I'll drop this off. I wanted to keep these things at like an hour or something. You know, if they go for
Yeah,
too long, then no one's gonna listen to this shit.
yeah. They ass might be hurting and they see it, but not.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm gonna just say this before you shut down, before we exit. You know, like I'm looking at the corralling, man. You know, they call it quarantine. They trying to shepherd the so-called sheep. You know what I mean? That's where we kind of right now in that okay corral. And after okay, you're gonna be KO'd if you don't watch it. You know what I mean? So just keep your mind diligent and be cordial, man. You know, stay calm and don't forget to be you. You know what I mean?
yeah. Always, bro. Follow your intuition. That's what I said. Something I try to live by, man. It's like look inside yourself, follow your look inside yourself, find your direction, and follow that pathway. You know, and then
Yeah.
just like follow your intuition and be the best you can be. Like totally.
And I'm gonna
Mm.
add on, hey, God, buddy. If you think that dumbass mask gonna save you from death, you tripping, bro. You might as well take that dumb shit off, bro,
Hell no, I'll get rolled up, then get fired for the shit. I went for the right
Well,
shit. hey, hey,
hey,
shit.
but
I mean, I definitely get what you're saying and shit. But I mean, if I ain't have to wear this motherfucker, I would. Shit. I guess them white folks looking out for their own. I guess. Cause then like they feel like, well, a dumb black motherfucker wouldn't do it, but I'm a smart motherfucker, so they'll think like, all right, if I catch a YM at work, shit, I can get all these benefits from their ass. I probably could sue their ass, shit like that. So they just be like, no, I'm just looking out for my own white ass and shit. So I'm like, damn, okay, all right. You see, I ain't got this motherfucker on shit. That shit, I ain't
Wait,
even used to it,
alright,
man.
I'll try. See this shit. See who's listening. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you can do it. If you guys can do that. If it wants to do it, yeah. Hit share. I'm gonna see how many other motherfuckers listen to this thing, or even like come watch it. Because I'm gonna hold it up for another 20 minutes. Then, right? That'll be 2 hours, and then or just do so. I want to see because I don't think no. Anyway, if you do that, Drop's dropped out. If he comes
Uh,
back, he'll come back.
I might go live. I don't know, man. It's been a lot of like, this like the only thing been going on is this damn dumbass corona shit, man. So
Yeah, nah, I'm not
I'm getting
saying
sick of
that.
it, man.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to hear. I'll be
Yeah,
try to
being
keep
in
my
Newark,
mind off that shit.
yeah, me being in Newark, New York, you would think it's fucking crazy bad thing, but not one person is sick in Newark, yo.
Yeah.
Like
So
I
as
was
as
in a
me and Rob were just saying, we never seen one. Um, we haven't seen one person pass, but this could be a real thing. I'll let you go on, Raphael. Sorry, man.
my bad. Now, yeah, so I work at a restaurant in the show, and they talking about restaurants, all restaurants across the nation losing 80% of their business. That's
Right.
a lot of fucking money. My
Yeah.
restaurant is $100,000 a week. I
Yep.
worked last night. We made $900.
Right. So that's exactly you're expecting what was last night a busy night? Yeah, would have been. So I know you asked tonight's going to be your busy night. You'd be expecting to make the most of it, but yeah, you definitely that's like a 10% uh
Yep.
like
And
of
the thing
what you're
is,
usual getting.
I'm in New Rochelle where the containment is, and nobody who lives in New Rochelle knows anybody who's gotten it. But
Uh,
supposedly, there's almost 1,000 people in New Rochelle that have it. So literally, this entire thing is just collapsing franchises. They're starting with the franchises first. They're getting out the mom and pop places. They're shutting down all these things that we rely on. So for that person who was living week to week with their business, is done.
uh,
It's completely done. There's no coming back. Banks ain't giving out loans right now. They don't trust the shit. They don't know if you're gonna live long enough for the loan.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, that's very true.
And that's why I said at the end of this, if it gets to a real bad, 60% of America ain't gonna have a job, man. This is gonna be fucked up around this motherfucker.
We just laid off 100 employees. It's only the managers working. Only the managers.
And I went from working a full day to 4 hours, so I'm definitely feeling this shit.
What we did at first
Well,
was when it first started happening, we would rotate everybody every 4 hours. The way you're doing it, so we rotate all the employees every 4 hours, and then we just
Damn.
yeah, I don't want to turn this show into a like because then this is exactly what we're doing because it's like we're getting our mind into the sickness and how I can understand because you guys would be going through this heavy and this is your rotation of work, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't keep going though. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So like you've been
It just
taking
show you how many people was not financially literate when it came to this pandemic because it's gonna be like 85% of America live check to check. So I want to know how the fuck half America gonna pay their bills if they out of work. Like so, it's gonna be some shit to find out in the coming weeks.
yeah, because I think well that's right. Because then okay, that's very true. Because I like for that I've always thought that this is going to be up to the government. They're going to have to provide a substitute implementation, like a burst of money for these people that are going to lose, like just say this 80, the people who are losing, or not the people who are losing their hours, like plus them, right? You've got like people like who your shift has gone down, but then the guys who are losing business, like the managers who are losing business. So I think that's just a, it's a must. They're gonna have to do that. But hey, I could be living in a dream, but that's what I think, and that's what I've been thinking for the past month. You guys have been living through it, so like I don't know. You could probably tell me a lot more about it, but and I don't really pay attention to the news and whatnot, but you know what I mean. I can understand that's a heavy toll to lose 10%. I mean, to be like expecting to earn $100,000 weekly, and then just to be earning like $1,000 or $10,000 weekly. That's a big difference. So I just expect the government to be putting some implementation in through, or putting some reimbursement in when they are the ones cutting everything down, and they're saying we can't, you have to shut everything down. You have to shut everything down. Come and get your vaccines and do all this thing. But if they're not doing it in the next 3 or 4 weeks, then hey, that's going to be a big sign.
Well, I know Trump is trying to put a stimulus package, and in New York City, Andrew Cuomo, who I believe is the governor, yeah, the governor, he's trying to implement a stimulus for the New Yorkers, but they're just talking about $1,000. $1,000 doesn't even pay my rent. Like the stimulus they want to give is nothing.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And just to what he was saying, like that $1,000, man, that's like a fucking. I wipe my ass with $1,000. So I'd be like, what the fuck? What the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
And then they're talking about releasing it next month. I mean, we still got like 3 more weeks of this month left, 2 more. So what the fuck?
I think
that's
even into that
that's a literal setup, man. That $1,000 gonna get everybody fucked up.
to those statements though, it's not at all it's not enough compensation, but I think people's living standard needs to take we need to take a step back. And I'll say this a lot, and I'll continue to say this, because we live in by these, we want these like devices to be all upgraded and everything up to front technology, and we want the best of the best. It costs all these things. We need to be we've seen how everything keeps getting worse and worse. So we need to take a couple of things back. Like as you're saying, God body, like with $1,000, you can wipe your ass with it, right? So, and that's not adequate. Like $1,000, if for somebody who's losing $100,000, earning $100,000 a week, and it's gone down to $10,000, what are they going to exactly, Raphael? What are they going to? That's not enough. That stimulus is not enough to keep the economy running. And as you're saying, God buddy, like you could just use. People are just so used to using money like that. They know they're going to. There you go. Amazo saying it's a setup in itself, so it's going to go into business or whatnot. People just use it up. It's not enough money. They're not wise enough to go and use it in the right sense.
Yeah. So another governor came on yesterday, and he recommended that everybody get 4,500. I'm like, that maybe that can pay my bills, but it ain't gonna pay my bills as long as you all talking about that this corona shit can go on for 18 months.
I got one question, and my question is, if they do the stimulus package, who's paying it back?
Hey, right, we're gonna be in a big ass, a deeper hole.
Exactly. So in order for us to get that money, we got to create more debt.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's fucked up. That's why eggs dropped. Like, since every country stock market is crashing, and I looked up, when you look up the dollar conversion, the euro usually has the dollar by at least like $2 to $3. The fucking euro, it's $1 to 98 cents of a euro right now. That's why I'm like, it's weird. Because
Trump's doing a good job. Trump's doing a good job with Saudis. Australian dollar is lowest at the moment, and I'm not sure where the pound's at, but yeah, that's why. the
And just
Reserve
like with
Bank
the
is running
Chinese
shit.
yuan, one of our dollars is now like 7 of their dollars. So I'm like,
Yeah.
man, we must be doing good. Shit, I mean, we ain't doing good, but when you got countries with way higher GDP growths and they can't do shit because of the coronavirus, yeah, we gonna win all day because we're a corporation.
Well, it's just import and export. But, you know, it's this bit. That's another part. It's the richer getting richer and the poorer getting poorer. And that's probably not something that I'm not about really doing that. So I'm not about that. You know, even though I've grown up in I'm living in a country which is about that, and like my
Mm,
family, I've seen sides have, they've come from the struggle and done out of it, and my brothers working it. But yeah, I
yep.
just, I just don't see that the sense in that, like how people can uh keep going on. Like as I was saying, like we're living with these technologies and we keep going on. But then you're saying $1,000 isn't enough. But then I was just thinking, like it just for my fact that I was saying, like CEOs out there are getting like $3 billion
Mm,
or $3 million bonus, right? So like that's just insane. So like I mean, even if they just get like a third of that, even that's insane. But if they were to just get a third of that, that would just be a little bit of pressure off the people in poverty. Why couldn't they go to another side of this of community, which is needing this resources? Because I mean, but they say that's the game and that's the main aim of this thing, like capitalism or whatnot. But because we all know that where the resources are coming from, and it's about the fine line at the bottom dollar. But I don't think that's not what my mind's about anyway. That's why I'm a creative. I like to be making, uh, you know, intellectual property and music and things like that. And
I
instead of
could say about this Corona Sun Ray, that if anybody good is saving money,
Hello? Anybody there?
yeah, I think it's blogging a bit on like I'm looking on YouTube and it's frozen.
right, I'm back. Yeah, my bad.
Oh,
No,
there we go.
I was just saying if you financial literate and you know how to save and shit, by the time say if the corona went on for 18 months, you can open up your own goddamn business. You ain't gotta worry about no white man. So
That's right.
tell my less
For
fortunate
yourself.
people.
Yeah, man. But they know, they're living off the way they're living. But that's right, man. If you want to take that step up, and that's how my parents did it, man. And they knew it. They knew which way to get about it and get out there and get out and get it and make that change. And take that step out from whichever society they were in and just take that step up. But
And it shows me like how many people, like how many families, like they're really not so-called families because it take a family to run a business.
yeah, man, but they're breaking that up, bro.
Yeah.
They're breaking the family structure up. It's all about individuality now and being
Yep.
your own sort of sexuality, your own sort of this and that. So that's been the breakdown of society. I mean, in the way and frame, and you see, I guess, and that's the beginning of this thing too. We were kind of saying, grandma, it's like how they were like, it's generation by generation. It's not a new thing that's happened. You know what I mean? Like it's a generation by generation something happening, and then a new like a mindset of society will wash over everybody, and then there'll be another couple generations of that in that frame of thought,
Mm-hmm.
and then in another couple generations they'll change, and then something happens. There'll be a big thing, and then it'll change again. But it's all
And
around.
what's so crazy? It seemed like this shit happened when like I don't know. I felt like people was becoming like woke or so to speak. I just say like it was just more positive energy around. When I say the whole world, it was people trying to build. Came on you.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny how I came on YouTube and then this damn Corona shit come about.
No,
Like,
but
damn.
see, that's what me and Drop were on about before. Like, I mean,
Deep,
before I
bro.
started this stream, like we were talking on the phone, man. Like, I just think it's actually we'll probably like I'll cut it at 2 hours, but like we should stay on because I mean, the people are like because it's growing. Um, and you just saying you've been on it for a little while, but you've grown in your way and you're doing it for the right sense. But like, there's so many other people who are getting added into this pool, so they're wanting to just get on and put their 2 cents forward, and just put their fuckery into it, and or do just add pile of nonsense to
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think like, evident of that, but it's about being real and supportive, not just fucking. Is coming on and trying to build into the distraction and build into the nonsense, trying to like link with like minds and be supportive, man. You know, it's like you add value to yourself by supporting your peers. You know what I mean? And especially in these times and stuff like that. So like, I'll break this down. Like at 2 hours, I'm gonna shut out. So I'll let everybody who's on here bust out for a little bit if they want to say if they want if they want to say what they want to say.
Shout out to my boy Sunray, man. I might. I'm thinking about it. I might go live, but I'm just like, damn. Only thing it seems to talk about is this goddamn Corona shit. But I'm gonna
I
probably
got
go live about 2:30 or
to jump
something.
on.
All
Hey,
right.
G.
Yeah.
Hey, God, body.
What's good with you,
Huh.
mans? Hold on, mans. I wanted to say, when you said you got to stay true to yourself and shit, and I wanted to let people know, the mental is way stronger than your physical. So make sure you get your mind straight first.
Yes. Yes. Hey, I'm just responding to where you said, man, like I look up, you said I look up, man, and I came on YouTube, and you like it's funny how all this shit is going down, and it's like you see, it's like you jumped out the street, you know what I mean? It's where you come into the life videos
Mm-hmm.
just like yourself, you know what I mean? It was your
Mm-hmm.
time to be out of where you was at, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And I want to
Straight
tell
up.
people like, uh, I mean, I don't agree with. I just don't agree with one person, and that person know who I'm talking about. But other than that, like, I look at everybody else
Uh,
like family. Yeah, we might
uh,
argue a little bit, we might get into it a little bit, and I look at everybody like
wait.
family.
Yeah,
So
we'll keep it off that. That's good. Keep it on. Raphael, you want to say something? I'm gonna cut it off at 2 hours, but we'll keep talking after this. I want us to all keep talking after this.
hell
Raphael, you
yeah,
want to say something? We'll bust that.
Just like mine's I said, and God was saying, you gotta be mentally strong. It all starts with inside first before you can do outside. Whatever you can manifest inside, you can manifest outside. And just always think positive. Stay on your
That's literally
and be
it, it's
the best you can be. Because if you're good, everybody else around you is good.
huh?
Like absolutely, bro. I'll triple facts on all of that,
Mm-hmm.
and to all the people that they've listened straight up. That's how we're gonna do it. Catch you next time soon. But end this one off because it's like nearly 2 hours or
Yeah,
36
yeah,
ago. But we're all about peace. But just hey, I want you guys to stay on for a bit because I want to do something. But
yeah, yeah.
as he was saying, man, much peace to everybody. We we're not about none of this. We want positive mindset across to all. None of this beef and shit. We're about building with intellectual minds, thinking with like minds and respect, man, all the way out. Peace. So
Peace.
like, but
some greatness, man. Greatness, y'all.